What's up, everybody? My name's Chris, this is my kitchen, and you're watching a very special Super Bowl Sunday version of Chris's Kitchen Experiments.
Today we're cooking for the Super Bowl. For big sporting events like this, I try to draw inspiration from both the teams playing to create a fun mashup. Easy enough, barbecue on Cuban bread. But barbecue on Cuban bread just seemed too boring and too easy, so I dug deeper for inspiration. I thought, maybe I'll make something to honor Tom Brady. Now, as a Peyton Manning fan and a contrarian by nature, I would love to argue against Tom being the greatest quarterback of all time, but I simply can't put together a coherent argument. Unfortunately, though, he eats avocado ice cream, and this is no health food show. Tom Brady's out. I thought about doing one for Patrick Mahomes. But then again, I don't care how many Super Bowls he ends up winning. I can't do a recipe for a man that puts ketchup on steak. That's a no from me, dog. So that leaves me with the most obvious choice for a culinary masterpiece, Andy Reid. Having been a coach at BYU, San Francisco State, Northern Arizona, UTEP, Missouri, Green Bay, Philadelphia, and of course, Kansas City, the mashup potential is off the charts. Now, as a play caller, Andy Reid is both fearless and innovative. Thus, the sandwich that I'm going to create for his name has to be as well. BYU is in Utah. The first thing that came to my mind was the LDS Church. You can fact check me on this, but I don't think it's legal to eat the church members. However, the church members make this dish called funeral potatoes, and this classic casserole got its name for obvious reasons. Macabre? Maybe. Delicious? Absolutely. I thought about shoehorning it onto the sandwich, but I think it'll be better served as the side dish it was meant to be. San Francisco was a tough one. The obvious choice was sourdough bread, but I had other ideas for the bread part of this bad boy. Seafood was another obvious choice, but this is going to be an expensive enough sandwich without adding Dungeness crab to the tab. Chop suey was supposedly invented in San Francisco, but I've already put an Americanized Chinese food onto a sandwich once this week and don't want to go to that well too many times. I decided on steamed beer. Then I couldn't find it anywhere when I went shopping today. Sourdough it is, I guess. Only we're going to make sourdough breadcrumbs. Reid's tenure in Northern Arizona provided the inspiration for the bread. Plus, I just finished a wildly entertaining book by that native Thomas called The Last Powwow. If you like mythology or magical realism, then this book might be right up your alley. Throughout the book, the author kept bringing up Indian tacos, and I'll be damned if I haven't been craving fry bread for weeks. UTEP, burgers. Missouri, red hot riblets. Green Bay, cheese curds. Philly, cheese whiz and onions. Kansas City, barbecue sauce. So here's the play. We make the fry bread. Put a tasty burger with beef, egg, sourdough breadcrumbs, and crushed up riblets on a piece of fry bread. Top with cheese curds. Top with the grilled onions. Top with cheese whiz. Top with another piece of fry bread. Bake it all in the oven. And there it is, the Andy Reid.
The primary taste of this thing is going to be the barbecue sauce that we made yesterday. The reason we make it yesterday is because the barbecue sauce takes about 24 hours to settle. But what makes Kansas City barbecue Kansas City? Well, it's the molasses and the ketchup. And so we've got a nice thick barbecue sauce. It's got a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of heat, and it's good and thick, and you can taste it. I promise.
To make the sauce, you're going to get 16 ounces of crushed tomatoes, 1 cup of catsup, 1 cup of brown sugar, 8 ounces of apple cider vinegar, 10 ounces of molasses, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, half a tablespoon of garlic powder, half a tablespoon of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 1.5 tablespoons dry mustard, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of Aleppo pepper. Heat up all your spices in the pan until you get the aroma going. Add all your liquids and bring to a boil on medium heat. Then cook on low until you reach the desired thickness, stirring regularly. Then let it cool, store it in a jar, and that should last you for a couple weeks. Funeral potatoes. 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 1 stick of butter, 1 jar of sour cream with chives, 2 tablespoons of dried minced onions, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of ground pepper. Mix it up. Add your thawed potatoes, 3 cups of cheddar cheese, Cheese Whiz to taste. Mix it up. Lay those bad boys in a 9x13 pan.
So this is what it looks like before it goes into the oven. And man, I can tell you, this one was kind of an afterthought, and I'm starting to get real excited about it.
And now, the burger. 1 pound of ground chuck, 1 egg, half a cup of that barbecue sauce, 2 slices of sourdough bread pulverized into crumbs, the crumbs at the bottom of the bag of the riplets. Mix it up, form it into balls, and smash it. The fry bread.
There we have it. We've got these balls that we had that we flattened out. It's about yay big, and I'm pretty excited. So we got the onions going. Our oil for the fry bed is nice and hot. Our funeral potatoes are in the oven. We got about 25 minutes till kickoff. So let's take the first fry bread, place it in there. Simmering nice and good. You just want to cook this just until it's browned. So it's soaking up the oil. We're on our third one. Onion's still going. Potatoes still looking awesome. Our burgers are done over here. I just got to finish this fry bread, and then we can build them and finish them. So now we build the Andy Reid fry bread. Little of that barbecue sauce. Burger. Cheese curds. Too many cheese curds. Little onion. Cheese whiz. Fry bread. Smash it. And look at that beautiful thing. And here are our beautiful funeral potatoes. Nice golden crispiness. I'm pretty excited about that. And we've got our completed Andy Reid's. Got that cheese just melted. Fry bread is all done. Looking pretty delicious. And it's perfect because the coin toss is just starting. And here we are just in time for kickoff. Well, that's it. It's halftime. The Andy Reids are all eaten up. Hopefully the real Andy Reid has got a good speech to go because they got some work to do in the second half. See you next week on my cooking show. The NFL, it's done.